I think that we are facing a choice in this election. It's not about party. It's about right and wrong. And I certainly have many Republicans who will say to me, I can't be public. They do worry about a whole range of things, including violence, but they'll do the right thing. And I would just remind people, if you're at all concerned, you can vote your conscience and not ever have to say a word to anybody. And there will be millions of Republicans who do that on November 5th. Vote for Vice President Harris.
Coward.
So this is one of their big bets, everybody, just so we're clear. The Kamala Harris campaign is betting on the quiet anti-Trump voter, that there are millions of anti-Trump Republicans embedded in very deep red areas, and it's going to be just enough to tilt it.
So I want to go back to this idea of base decay. What she's doing is underestimating how deeply unpopular the war hawks are, these warmongers, Liz Cheney, Dick Cheney, John Bolton. There was 200 McCain, Romney, ex-staffers or whatever. So she's courting the center right and the center left, the middle. And meanwhile, I'm sitting at a college campus, and these Muslim kids that are voting for Trump, I mean, they were rocking MAGA hats. They took a picture with Charlie.
And a lot of young black men.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot.
Yeah.
By the way, we were in downtown Atlanta.
No, there was
yesterday.
like 4 white people.
Yeah, I mean. Again,
and I was one of them, and Charlie was.
I mean, we were in downtown Atlanta.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But to see like a sea of red in that scene was pretty powerful. And what I will say is, I said, is all of your family voting for Trump as well? And they said, well, about half and half. And I said, okay, what are the other half doing? And they said that they are now working on, in the mosques, trying to get Jill Stein. And apparently this is like nationwide. So from Minnesota, Michigan, they're nationwide working to get Jill Stein up over 5%. That's their new mission in life, because they want to get her a place on the debate stage. And so that's a huge development because apparently this is happening nationwide. Now I want you to throw up image 40. This is a general election poll among Arab Americans. Trump 45, Harris 43, and Stein 4. So that Stein 4 is noteworthy.
This is how you win Michigan.
This is how you win Michigan. This is how you make them real nervous about a lot of races in Minnesota. This is, I think, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But essentially, when Trump went on and they mentioned this to me, when Trump went on the stage with Caitlin Collins, this is apparently a clip that they play still in their communities, and they asked him about Ukraine. They go, are you gonna bomb Russia? Are you gonna, what are you gonna do? And Trump just says, I want peace. I want an end of the killing and destruction. And to them, they know Trump has been friends with Bibi Netanyahu for a long time, but they still say, we think Trump is going to bring peace, more peace than destruction. And so I think Trump has played this perfectly. I think you're absolutely right. Base decay is going to be a real problem for her. And here's the other thing. I think trying to get conservatives to peel away and Republicans, even though there has been a strong never Trump faction, I think that is baked into the cake. I think we saw it in 2016. I think we saw it in 2020. And all of those things combined, we still only saw Trump fall 42,000 ballots short in 3 states, 42,000 ballots in 3 states. We have way more tailwinds behind us in this election than in that. And so I just think she's barking up the wrong tree. I think it's a strategic misadventure.
Let's go deeper into this. The country has become profoundly more center-right and is rejecting wokeism or leftism or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. And the way that Kamala receives that data is that some genius says, well, let's go do a tour with Liz Cheney, as if Liz Cheney is a way to keep your base and also broaden yourself to Republicans. Here's Kamala Harris invoking World War II and Pearl Harbor in order to justify the implementation of Liz Cheney's warmongering goals. Play cut 39.
This concept of isolation, we were once there as a nation, and then Pearl Harbor happened. Then when we got attacked, Pearl Harbor, we jumped in. And it is because America jumped in that we were ultimately able to win that war. And it should be a constant reminder to us, we have to remember history, that isolationism which is exactly what Donald Trump is pushing, pull out of NATO, abandon our friends. Isolationism is not insulation.
Man, I'm telling you, she is playing with fire with her base. The young Turk people hate this kind of shit.
Hate it.
I'm telling you, she's going to see base decay because of this. Be careful turning your back on your most faithful voters to go find warmongers.